Why, hello everybody, and welcome to the Truly Odd podcast, where we bring you the latest in game news and movie news. I am your host, Joe Garcia. So grab your controllers, get your popcorn, and let's go ahead and dive right on into these topics now, shall we? Starting with our first game news topic of the day. It looks like Marvel Rivals Datamine suggests loot boxes may be coming till season 4. If you don't know what data mining is, it's kind of like the back end code and information that we're seeing in the system. But let's go ahead and take a look here. This comes to us from GameRat. It looks like data mine files from season 4 reference mysteries, believed to be a code name for loot boxes, hinting at a new monetization system in development. The potential addition of has sparked controversy, as loot boxes are often considered to resemble gambling, and raise ethical concerns in online gamers. Alongside the rumored loot boxes, Season 4 is also going to be introducing new characters, Angela and Daredevil, plus an additional arcade mode challenges. So if you guys are interested in finding out if loot boxes, now none of this is confirmed, it's all rumored at the moment, but if they do introduce loot boxes over the years have been kind of just falling down as far as gamers are concerned because of all the monetization and things behind them. It seems to be a bad image for your game if you introduce loot box systems. Now, some players do enjoy it because, the gambling system, it's a lot of fun and people get entertainment out of it. But I do think this is going to be bad for Marvel Rivals. They're already doing really well as it is. So introducing a new way to monetize doesn't seem to be beneficial for them. We'll see what ends up happening with this new system. If it's going to even be that system, it could be something completely different. But monetization in that way of loot boxes is probably not going to be beneficial for this game. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's going to be a new monetization system, or do you think it's something else? Let's go ahead and move on to our next game news topic of the day, shall we? Now, forgive me if I'm going to pronounce this wrong because I don't know how to say this properly. I should have probably looked up the pronunciation of it, but Aether, I think, is how you pronounce this. Aether and Iron shows retro-futuristic RPG gameplay in a new trailer. Let's look here. I love this art design, by the way, but let's go ahead and take a look at what this article has to say. Set in the alternate 1930s New York, powered by anti-gravity tech and Aether, forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong again, players control Gia Randozzo, uh, a smuggler navigating the political challenges, narrative driven world. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now, I can't play the entirety of this trailer because, again, YouTube, bit of a bitch. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Oh, forgive me, guys. I forgot to mute this trailer. Let's let that trailer run through so you guys could check it out. Uh, there we go. Now I can't show you guys the whole thing, so I'll read basically what's happening. The trailer showcases turn-based vehicle combat, ride customization, and strategic loadout. What is it? Management. Jesus, strategic loadout management, blending TRPG mechanics with environmental hazards and various mission objectives. The story is written by a team of writers composed of veterans of Mass Effect and the Far Cry franchises. So if you guys are interested in this game, I think the art style looks absolutely fantastic. Just judging here from this little trailer that we're looking at here, I think it looks phenomenal art wise. But sadly, these type of games aren't for me. I don't get me wrong. Some turn based strategy games I love, of course, Pokemon and things like that. But just certain things like this, I'm more of I don't know. I just the top down view and these type of games just don't really capture my attention all that much. Probably because it involves a lot of reading, and your boy's retarded, so I don't really like doing a lot of reading. So, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of this. I think the art style looks phenomenal, and hopefully this game turns out to be really well done. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Does this trailer and does this art style excite you, and is this a game you will be willing to check out? Let's go ahead and move on to our next game news topic of the day. And this comes to us from IGN. Let's go ahead and take a look here. It looks like Keanu Reeves says he absolutely wants to return as John Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Keanu Reeves told IGN he absolutely wants to reprise his role as John Silverhand in Cyberpunk 2, though he has not been officially offered the role and has not received a script as of yet. Whether Johnny returns depends on the Cyberpunk 2077 ending. CD Projekt Red makes canon with what is this? With hold on, I lost my place here. With possibilities ranging from a cameo to a digital reincarnation of Johnny Silverhand. Cyberpunk 2, codename Project Orion, is in early development with over 100 developers involved and features a new uh, dystopian city inspired by Chicago's Chicago Gone Wrong alongside Night City. Forgive me, guys, if I stumbled through that for you guys, but basically, nothing set in stone. But Keanu Reeves would want to return. And if you haven't played Cyberpunk 2077, there are multiple endings you can get where Johnny Silverhand is kind of destroyed. Another one where Johnny Silverhand kind of takes over your body, and I think there was a third one if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but it all depends on what CD Projekt Red decides to be the main canon storyline for what they're going to do next. There's also the DLC with Idris Elba's character as well. So it'd be very interesting to see what they end up doing with this project. But I would love to see Keanu Reeves return. He was very entertaining in this role, and it'd be nice for him to be the main character going forward, since that one story he takes over your body. So it'd be very interesting to see how that pans out for this game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you hoping that Keanu Reeves returns for Cyberpunk 2? Let's go ahead and move on to our next game news topic of the day. And our next game news topic is as follows. It looks like Bethesda's Marathon has some leaked information and may reveal major updates ahead of Bethesda's revamped launch. So basically, if you guys don't know, Marathon has kind of been put on pause due to changes that Sony wants to make with their live service games, because they really did badly with Concord, and they want their new live service games to be a little bit better. And Bungie and Sony have kind of, or not Bungie, oh yeah, Bungie and Sony have kind of butted heads as far as creative concerns regarding their projects. So let's go ahead and take a look here. It looks like the new updates are as follows. A fresh character named Icon introduces gameplay mechanics like a grappling hook, X-ray vision, and stealing drones. All six factions received cinematic intros, visual redesigns, while new maps like Cryo Archive, forgive me if I'm saying that right, add puzzle elements and environmental hazards. Bungie continues monthly closed beta testing, reportedly offering a $500 gift card to participants, with the new release date expected for later this fall. Now, mind you, a lot of this is still hearsay. Nothing has been confirmed by the actual studios, so who knows if this is going to be true. But seeing as players do have playtests now, mind you, with these playtests, there's a lot of NDAs being signed and stuff like that. People could be sued, so a lot of the times people don't want to release information, and also a lot of the times studios have their own leaks. But this seems to be a studio leak, in my opinion. They want to kind of tell the players what they're going to be reintroducing, how they're kind of trying to fix things going forward. Now, mind you, that doesn't mean that the game's going to be perfect, but it's a better introduction to the game, and hopefully they continue to progress in the Marathon game. Bungie's a phenomenal studio. They make phenomenal games, so hopefully they can continue moving forward with this in their new live service venture. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think, kind of like me, that this story was a bit lackluster, where even a lot of people were talking about it though? But let me know what you guys think. Let's go ahead and move on to our last game news topic of the day, and it looks like we're just running right through these stories today, guys. But our last topic of the day is going to be chalked up to the rumor mill. So let's go ahead and take a look here. It looks like the PlayStation 6 may be launching with a modular design and a detached disk drive. Now, mind you, all this is speculation and rumor, but it looks like we're kind of leaning that way with this stuff. But let's go ahead and take a look. The PlayStation 6 will reportedly follow Sony's module design approach, allowing users to add disk drives to any model post purchase. By offering a module variation, Sony aims to simplify production while still supporting both digital and physical media formats. And hold on. Insiders reports suggest a possible release of November 2027, aligning with Sony's traditional holiday launch strategy. Essentially, Sony wants to get away from the physical media. Most companies do, whereas digital purchases and digital sales are very high, and they make more money as opposed to their, purchasing from GameStop, Best Buy, and places like that. Physical media seems to be dying down over the years. Even me, possibly for this next console release, I'm probably going to stop with physical media, only because I do not find myself interested in digital media anymore. After I purchase a game, I tend to get annoyed when I have to go find the disc and insert it, only because of the new technology and things like that. But we'll have to wait and see what happens when the game's released. When the console's going to be released. But I do also like, as you can see, I do like having a visual collection of physical media. So it might be something I'd have to wrestle with myself about. I'll probably end up getting both, one digital for me and one physical for my lady, and then possibly keep her physical media something here I can display. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. What do you guys think? Are you going to be buying the digital version of the new PS6 when it comes out, or are you going to be buying the physical media version? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And that does it for our game news topics of the day, guys. We're going to go ahead and move on to our movie news topics of the day. So, starting with a trailer that just dropped today for Song Sung Blue, starring Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson. So I thought this trailer was very interesting. I had never heard of this before. I think I heard rumors of Hugh Jackman kind of doing not a musical, but another thing regarding music. This is directed by Craig Brewers. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Who has been doing interesting work in the industry, and I think this does look like a fun film. Looks like Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson are having a great time, and this is based off the 2008 documentary of the same name for this film. And this is about two, what do they call it? Cover band, I guess you can call them. Basically a duet who covers Neil Diamond's act. So very interesting trailer. If you guys want to check it out, I'll have it linked in the description down below. And it's going to be hitting theaters on December 25th. So let me know what you guys thought of this trailer when you take a look at it. Let's go ahead and move on to our next movie news topic of the day. It looks like Michael Caine is coming out of retirement to join The Last Witch Hunter sequel. Michael Caine, 92 years old, is expected to reprise his role as Dolan in The Last Witch Hunter 2, marking his return to acting after announcing his retirement. Lionsgate and Vin Diesel One Race Films are accelerating the development, citing its original story. It's originally strong digital and streaming performance over the past decade. Despite most, where am I at? Despite a modest box office return in 2015, the film endured popularity on platforms like Netflix and other streaming services. So let me know what you guys think of this. If you've even seen The Last Witch Hunter, I think it's not a very great film, but I do think it's interesting that Michael Caine will be coming out of retirement to return to this character. Michael Caine, 92, what a phenomenal career. So I'm very curious as to why he would want to return for this franchise. He might be friends with Vin Diesel, who knows? And seems Vin Diesel is really trying to find something besides Fast and the Furious to get his career up and going, because Fast and Furious seems to be falling off after this last movie. And who knows what we're gonna get? What is it? 11? Are we on? Or Fast 11? I forgot. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of Michael Caine coming out of retirement for this film. Let's go ahead and move over to our next movie news topic of the day. And this comes to us from Screen Rant. It looks like Josh Gad says Frozen 3 recording has not yet started, but promises it's worth the wait. Of course, being a professional, he's going to be announcing that his film's going to be great, of course. Anyways, Josh Gad confirms that the voice recording and song development for Frozen 3 has not yet begun, though he's seen a preview of the story. Originally slated to be released in 2026, Frozen 3 is now scheduled to hit theaters on November 24th, 2027, marking an 8-year gap since the last installment. Gad praises director Jennifer Lee's approach, saying the sequel has a meaningful story and will be pretty extraordinary when complete. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this director Jennifer Lee is going to be tackling not only Frozen 3 but also Frozen 4. Does that say that here? I don't remember reading that in this article. No, but I believe she's going to be tackling the two projects at once. I think they're either filming back to back or they're developing them both at the same time. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that, but that's what I remember hearing. This is interesting news because this movie has been in development for quite some time, so I'm very curious as to why they've pushed it back for so long. Maybe they want these films to come out back to back. They'll probably get a 2027 release for Frozen 3 and maybe a 2028 or 2029 release for Frozen 4 if they're developing these this close together, and that's possibly why they're doing such a big delay for these films, or they maybe had to revamp the story. There's a lot of things going on, but nothing too concerning as the film will be continuing development and it is a $1 billion franchise. So Disney will definitely be putting a lot backing up this film. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited for Frozen 3 and are you surprised it is taking so long to get developed? Moving over to our next movie news topic of the day. It looks like Superman is more profitable for Warner Brothers than Man of Steel was. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Despite a slightly lower production budget, Superman has outperformed Man of Steel in net profit thanks to strong international box office and merchandising. Warner Brothers views Superman as a turning point for DC's cinematic universe, with its performance helping to restore investors' confidence after early misfires of the early DCEU. Now, so mind you, there's a lot of things going on here regarding this production budget. So they do have some numbers here, but I have it broken down for you as follows essentially. It looks like Superman had a production budget of $170 million. Man of Steel had a production budget of $225 million. The global box office for Superman was $613 million, whereas for Man of Steel it was $668 million. The estimated profit for these movies were Superman being a $230 million profit and The Man of Steel being a $150 million profit for the studio. Marketing and distribution costs were estimated to be $120 million for Superman and $135 million for Man of Steel. Now, mind you, these are all estimates. The only people that have the exact numbers is Warner Brothers, and they probably will not be releasing those numbers anytime soon. Now, mind you, a lot of the times people are going to say Superman cost $250 million, but I believed where they filmed, they get a tax credit for, was it 30%, 30%? They get a pretty big tax credit. So if a film costs $100 million to film in a certain city or a certain state, they'll get either a 30% tax credit, so they'll get $300,000 back from the production of a, or wait, if $100 million, then we had $30 million back for the production of the film. Forgive me, guys, my numbers are all fucked. I've been doing numbers all day. Anyways, so it all varies on where they're going. Also, it depends on who they partner with as far as advertising is concerned. Things could be profitable in that way, not to mention toy sales and things like that. So, but judging from what we're seeing here for the numbers, it looks like Superman is more profitable than Man of Steel. So that's a great thing for this start of this DC universe, because originally $1 billion franchise like Aquaman from the first movie fell down to less than, was it $300 million for the sequel? I'm gonna double check that. Aquaman 2 box office. Let's see. Aquaman's 2 box office after the first one made $1 billion was $440 million, so half. So while fans returned to it because they enjoyed it, what a very, very large gap between the first movie and the second movie. And that's because people stopped having interest in what was going on in the DCEU. And now that we're getting the start of this brand new universe, I think this is a great start with their first film being profitable. I'm sure they weren't necessarily thinking that their first film would be profitable. They'd probably have to wait a couple films, but since their first film is, that means that their next movie, which is going to be Supergirl, it may also be profitable. What a great start to this universe, and congratulations to the team over there. Let's go ahead and move on to our last movie news topic of the day. And it looks like our last movie news topic is as follows. Tobey Maguire has been spotted near the Avengers and Spider-Man set in London. So this has been sparking up quite a bit of rumors. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Tobey Maguire was spotted in London, where both Superman Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday are currently filming, sparking fan theories about his possible return to the franchise. While Brand New Day is expected to be a street level and not a multiversal level film, Avengers Doomsday may feature multiversal aspects, making Maguire's Spider Man a possible cameo in Avengers Doomsday. Not sure about Spider Man. Fans speculate Maguire could appear in Avengers Secret War, uh, envisioned by as a multiversal a celebration for a lot of the different Marvel heroes like Wolverine, Blade, and Spider Man, and the X-Men, of course, which we know are returning. So I think this makes a lot of sense for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield to be part of Secret Wars and possibly Doomsday. I think it would be a great fan popping moment, and I think you can have a lot of stakes if you possibly kill one of them off or do something wild like that. I think that's what's going to happen to a lot of these X-Men characters. I don't think everyone's surviving this, and hopefully that's not the case. It would be nice to have actual repercussions for movies like this, as we all see happy endings and stuff like that happening in these Marvel movies. I mean, even what happened in Infinity War with Thanos killing a lot of characters. We even got the return of Gamora, even though it's a different version. So it'd be nice to actually see people dying and really repercussions like that for famous characters that we all know and love. Even though it would be sad to see them go, I think it's also a great opportunity to kind of introduce the power of Doom. We haven't really seen him, so it'd be interesting to see him kill someone as powerful as a Spider-Man character, as a Hulk type character. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here with these characters, but I think this is a great start, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this pans out. And hopefully Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will reprise their roles in these movies. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Tobey Maguire is going to be starring in or making cameo in Spider-Man, or being in Avengers Doomsday / Secret Wars? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let's see, and that's a wrap for today's episode of the Truly Odd Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And always, guys, remember, stay true, be odd.